common VA loan questions answered. Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining me. Today we are looking at VA loans, and I think I say this on every single VA loan video that I do. These are my favorite types of loans. It gives me a chance to give back to the community of people who have served or who are serving our country, and I just love to do loans for veterans. So if you are a veteran looking for a home loan, make sure you reach out to me, Jeff the Mortgage Pro. You can look at the banner on my YouTube channel here and see all the different ways to contact me, and I look forward to helping you out here. So let's look at some different questions here. The first one is, what is a VA home loan guarantee? This is a question that gets asked all the time because nobody understands what it really is. So it's simply an agreement that the VA will reimburse a lender in the event of loss due to a foreclosure. So if something happens with a property and you don't make the payments and it goes into the foreclosure process and eventually gets foreclosed upon by the lender, the lender has to recoup all of their fees somehow. The VA guarantees that they will pay this back. So when you buy a VA property, the VA insures it with a funding fee, and that's what they use to help fund this program so that in the event of a loss, a lender can recoup their fees. This is why it's such a great loan program going forward. Okay, second question, who is eligible for a VA loan? And there's 4 different groups of people who are eligible for this. We won't go into too much detail, but there are active duty service members. There are veterans with discharges other than dishonorable. There are National Guard and Reserve service members, and there are certain eligible spouses. These are all different people who can qualify for a VA loan. So if you don't know if you fit within one of those categories, make sure that you reach out to me and I will help you determine if you are qualified for a VA loan. Next question, is there a fee to use the VA home loan guarantee? And the answer is yes, there is. It's called the funding fee. And this is going to be the percentage of the total loan amount that you have to pay. The fee varies based on whether the loan is a first time or subsequent use, such as a second use or a third use of the particular benefit. And it can be paid in cash or it can be included in the loan at closing. So that's one of the benefits of the VA loan, is that you can actually roll the cost of the funding fee into your loan amount. It's similar to what FHA does with an upfront mortgage insurance, where you can actually roll that cost in the loan amount. Any other type of mortgage, any other type of purchase mortgage, you cannot usually roll closing costs into a loan amount. You have to pay for it. But in this case, in a VA loan, you can actually roll that funding fee into the loan amount, which I think is a cool benefit. Next question, which veterans do not have to pay for a funding fee? So there's a whole list here. Veterans receiving VA compensation for a service-connected disability do not have to pay the funding fee. Veterans entitled to receive a VA compensation for service-connected disability but receive retirement pay or active service pay are also qualified to not pay the funding fee. And another one, unremarried surviving spouses of veterans who died in active service or from a service-connected disability do not have to pay a funding fee. And then service members on active duty who provides on or before the date of the loan closing evidence or having been awarded the Purple Heart. So if you've been awarded the Purple Heart, you do not have to pay the funding fee if you are actively serving, as long as you can provide evidence for that. Okay, so a bunch of different people who do not have to pay for the funding fee. So if you're one of those, or if you don't know if you're one of those, please make sure that you reach out to me and I'll help you answer that question. And then another common VA question, is there a limit to the size of the VA-backed mortgage? And actually, the VA does not have a limit on the size of a VA loan. Some lenders will let you go up to as big as you want, $5 million, as long as you can afford the principal and interest payment on that. With taxes and insurance, then you can absolutely get a $5 million VA loan with 100% financing. But most lenders have overlays on those types of on VA loans. For example, my current company has a $2 million maximum VA loan amount right now. I've never done a $2 million VA loan. I would love to someday to help that person buy a house, but for the most part, most of our VA loans are a lot smaller than that, which is totally fine. And regardless of the size of the loan, I still love helping every single veteran that I possibly can. Just remember a couple limits on the VA-backed mortgages. You must be able to afford the home based on your income. And then the property must appraise at or above the purchase price, or you may need to make a small down payment in order for you to cover the difference of that. If the appraisal comes in low, it could be a small amount of money, it could be a big amount of money if you want to continue to buy that home. Otherwise, you could back out if you wanted to. Okay, so hopefully that answers some of your very common VA questions. If you have any questions about VA home loan purchases or refinances, please make sure to reach out to me. You can look at my YouTube banner or my YouTube channel here and figure out all the different ways to contact me or reach out to me. I would love to help you with your next VA home loan purchase or your next VA home loan refinance. And I look forward to chatting with you really soon. Have a good one.